What is up guys, my name is Remy, this is Bruno and welcome to the first episode of our Yamaha WR450 rally build. In this first episode we'll give you an overview of all the things that we bought, so the rally kit that we found online, our plans considering the build and maybe an overview of the plans, and we'll show you what we'll do in the upcoming videos. Okay guys, let's get the bike. So, yeah, this is the bike. It's pretty much stock as it is. Stock rims, stock suspension, stock exhaust, stock foot pegs, everything stock basically.
Except for this restyle front fender, of course.
Oh yeah, it's I think it's a 2016 front fender because it looked better, and I think the previous owner thought that as well.
Don't forget the friendship bracelet here.
Yeah, a friend got me this one as a gift. He bought one himself and it was like a friendship bracelet, so yeah, I put it on the bike. The only mods we've made is we took out the snorkel in the air filter box, in the air box. We cut the gray wire on the ECU. Is it ECU?
The gray wire goes to the ignition.
Okay, well, so now we think it has YZF mapping, so it's a bit more feisty. And we also cut a bit of the throttle stop. The OEM, it only goes to here, and now we get the full rotation, so we get that full brop going on. Yeah, well, the bike was originally imported from Miami. The previous owner had a supermotar conversion, so it came with supermotar wheels, black XL rims with Haan hubs, I think, and Moto Master brakes. Now we put it back to the stock XL ones. It also had a Power Core 4 exhaust, and what we did was to cut some costs. We sold the supermotar rims and the Moto Master brake set and the exhaust, so we had a little bit more money to play with when it comes to making the rally conversion. So to sum up, it's a pretty standard bike. I did about 1,000 Ks on the bike since we've got it, so roughly 5,500 to 6,000 Ks on the bike. And yeah, we think it's a pretty nice bike to start the rally build on, so that's why we went looking for a rally kit that fits this 09 WR. And let me tell you guys, we found just that.
So tell me, what do we have here?
Yeah, we put the whole rally kit here on display. You can see it's a lot of parts. Once it goes on the bike, I think it will look amazing. So the story behind the kit is that we were looking for a kit specifically for an 09 WR450, and when it came online we reacted really quick and made the appointment and everything, and got it in our shop very quickly, because you don't see like kits like this. Let me tell you a bit about the kit. As you can see, this is the front fairing, and the fun thing about this front fairing is that it was actually used in the Africa Eco race by Thomas Schattat. And the guy that we bought the kit from actually bought it from this guy, and we got his email address, and I looked him up on Facebook, and I connected and I sent him an email if he had some more information about the kit. He said he bought it pre-built, so when it was already put on the WR.
I'll put a picture on screen of the WR with the kit on it.
And the other thing is, so I was looking on different forums and I saw pictures of a similar kit, and nobody really knew who was the manufacturer, where it came from, what it was used in. I did some investigation work and I found out that there's a company called Dakarteck who produced roughly 20 versions of this kit. Through these forums I found out who made it. It's a guy called Pedro Oliveira, works for Dakarteck, and he was one of the people behind the creation of this kit. And I contacted him and he was very nice. He gave me a lot of information about who raced it, a guy called Helder Rodrigues. Let me give you an overview of what we have in front of us. We have the navigation tower. It still has two of the RNS strip masters on it. Fuse box. Yeah, the coolant overflow has to be mounted onto the nav tower because there's no room once you put on the rear tanks, we think. This is the Dakarteck mounting bracket, I think.
Yeah.
The headlight, the standard headlight with some dampening rubbers.
Of course, fits in the front fairing.
Yeah, it's the normal front light and it fits into the fairing perfectly. Let's continue. We have two mufflers. I think this is an HGS, which is a Dutch company. I think this might be one as well. I'm not really sure.
This one's pretty small.
This one's small. It's
this one's gonna be loud as f.
This one is gonna be terribly loud, but I'll dig it. I'll dig it.
With of course the headers.
The header pipes can't really take the normal route anymore because we have the rear tanks where the pipes go. So the exhaust pipes go under the bike basically through the bash plate and
yeah, it goes through here.
Yeah, and then continues
underneath the bike, underneath the frame, and it comes up through the side.
Yeah, this is also a cool thing. It's the seat, but it has like an air scoop in it because of the rear tanks, the airflow into the airbox gets obstructed. So what they made is they put a little air vent into the front where it sucks in the air and it pushes it down directly into the airbox. What's next? Some hoses, some fuel pumps. There's two fuel pumps. I don't know why they put two. Maybe we'll find out in the future. There's two OEM, I think, radiators with a fan mounted on them.
These are bigger radiators, right? Or the OEM? I thought these were bigger radiators.
They were put online as bigger, but I'm not really sure.
Quite similar.
They look quite similar. The only thing is that we've noticed is these little blocks of aluminium, which gives the radiators a bit of an offset once they're mounted. I think that has to do with the front tanks, because the front tanks don't have that much room for radiators, so that's why the radiators have to be at an angle, I think.
And of course the 96mm small fan. Yeah. Quite standard for enduro bikes. I think they're standard on the KTM 6 days stuff.
Then there's a small water tank. I don't think it's a 3-liter one, so it's probably not up to code with the Dakar rules, but it's nice to have it when you crash. So
you don't have to carry 3 liters anymore.
Oh, that's a new rule, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we can put in something else, maybe some Jack Daniels or some other nice stuff.
I don't.
Abi. This is a very critical part. This is the part that mounts the nav tower onto front of the bike. So we have to drill 4 holes into the headstock in order to connect it to the nav tower. So that's gonna be a pretty serious mod, because if you screw up, the headstock is just trashed.
Yeah, the frame is done for.
Yeah. I don't want to think about it. Then of course we have the front tanks, 2 huge and also very heavy front tanks. I think they're made out of a rhinoceros tusk or something. They're extremely heavy but extremely tough and durable, I can imagine. Okay, and then onto the last parts. These are the rear fuel tanks. I don't have any idea how many liters. They're heavy as well. We'll go. Yeah, you can hear it. These are made out of rhinoceros tusk as well. And then the bash plate with 2 little toolboxes, which we might take off because it looks pretty weird. And we don't really need it probably. And then some mounting stuff, some bolts, some screws, some rubbers. I can imagine for the tank maybe.
This is gonna be one big puzzle.
But okay, the last thing is like a mounting bracket here and an external oil cooler, but we're not sure if we're gonna put that one on the bike, because here in the Netherlands we don't really need an external oil cooler if you have a fan on your radiator, because it doesn't really get that hot. Once you drive you have this wind going through your radiators anyway, so it keeps the bike cool. So maybe on a later date we'll implement that, but for now we're just gonna leave it to the side. But yeah, so that's the entirety of the kit. As you can see, lots of pieces, and some of them in better shape than others. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun build. I hope you'll tag along for the ride, and yeah, I hopefully see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Ciao.